This is huge. Elon Musk posting today, working on Tesla Masterplan 4. It will be epic. And that is an understatement. Now that Tesla shareholders have given the double bird to the corrupt activists pretending to be a judge who tried to rob shareholders of their will in approving Musk compensation, equivalent numbers in percentage terms of Tesla shareholders ratifying Musk 2018 compensation, you know what's around the corner? A Masterplan 4 with a bunch of milestones and goals, which we'll get to. Of course, there'll be speculation. And a board proposing a new compensation plan to hit milestones laid out in this very master plan. Just a quick summary of prior Tesla master plans. The very first, published back in August 2006, not far off 20 years ago. There's a bunch of people watching this video who were born after this initial master plan, with the greatest title of all time, The Secret Tesla Motors Master Plan, just between you and me. By the way, I guess a lot of automotive companies thought, oh, so we shouldn't have seen this, let's ignore it. It really was just a secret, otherwise they would have acted differently. So, back in 2006, Tesla had one product on the market, only just the Tesla Roadster. They made a few thousand of them in total. This was a long time ago when the company was still a spec and had a very high probability of failure. I'm going to skip over all the detail here and just get to the summary. If you guys are curious, it was super nerdy, talking about electric vehicles being a major catalyst for moving the global economy off hydrocarbons. So let's read the summary of the original master plan, again, written all the way back in 2006, 4 years before Tesla, the company, had its initial public offering, 4 years before you could even buy Tesla stock. Again, this is such incredible long-term vision. So in short, the master plan is 1, build a sports car, aka the Roadster. 2, use that money to build an affordable car. That would have been the Model S, and then eventually the Model 3 and Y. Which leads into point 3, use that money to build an even more affordable car, 3 and Y, and spoiler alert, there's going to be a subsequent generation as well. Even though it wasn't explicitly outlined back then, it was obviously going to happen, by the way. Just jump the gun here. After Tesla's next generation $25,000-ish vehicle, you do realize there will be a subsequent generation to that as well in the future. So you can put step 3 on loop forever. And 4, while doing above, also provide zero-emission electric power generation options, which they've also done. Now, I just want to emphasize, this shit was written in 2006, 4 years before Tesla IPO'd, 6 years before the Model S, a decade before Model 3. This is long-term vision. It took approximately 10 years to reach step 3. And technically, these are ongoing, never-ending steps. The question, did Tesla do what they said they were going to do? What was laid out in the master plan? And the answer is yes, despite the odds. The extremely high probability of failure. Tesla pulled it off. A decade later, Master Plan 2, July 2016. The first master plan that I wrote 10 years ago is now in the final stages of completion. It wasn't all that complicated and basically consisted of 1, create a low volume car, which would necessarily be expensive. 2, use that money to develop a medium volume car at a lower price. And 3, use that money to create an affordable high volume car. And 4, provide solar power. No kidding, this has literally been on our website for 10 years. And by the way, this post has been on for about 8, so basically you can add another 10 years to this. It's almost been 2 fucking decades. Now I'm going to read this opening paragraph because goddamn, it's just so good. The reason we had to start off with step 1, the low volume car, was that it was all I could afford to do with what I made from PayPal. I thought our chances of success were so low that I didn't want to risk anyone's funds in the beginning, but my own. The list of successful car company startups is short. As of 2016, the number of American car companies that haven't gone bankrupt is a grand total of 2, Ford and Tesla. Starting a car company is idiotic, and an electric car company is idiocy squared. I mean, how can you not love this guy? The honesty, but he's spitting facts, by the way. Who else would say this? As the leader of a company who's literally started a car company, describing it as idiotic, an electric car company, idiocy squared. He's right, by the way. I'm just kidding. All the other electric vehicle startups that are on the verge of bankruptcy are actually totally going to be fine. I'm going to skip ahead a bunch as well. Here is what we plan to do to make that day come sooner. Integrate energy generation and storage. Create a smoothly integrated and beautiful solar roof with battery product that just works, empowering the individual as their own utility. We're seeing this come to fruition, by the way. Solar roof itself been some obstacles along the way. However, the overall vision of allowing individuals to become their own utility, rooftop solar, whether it's a solar roof or solar panels, doesn't matter. Run them into a Tesla Powerwall, and in many parts of the world already you can participate in Tesla virtual power plants. And people are literally making money. Not only just powering their own homes, having a backup in case there's a power outage, but literally being able to without their own involvement, just opt in to energy arbitrage and have software that Tesla's written print the money while they sleep with surplus energy. It's crazy. It's actually happening. One ordering experience, one installation, one service contact, and one phone app. Moving ahead, expand to cover the major forms of terrestrial transport. Today, Tesla addresses two relatively small segments of premium sedans and SUVs. That was the Model S and X. Let's read this. With the Model 3, a future compact SUV, and a new kind of pickup truck. Boy, how that has aged well. We plan to address most of the consumer market. A lower cost vehicle than the Model 3 is likely to be necessary because of the third part of the plan described below. By the way, there was a big hint about Tesla's next-gen vehicle here back in 2006. It's going to likely be about 10 years before it enters production. Fancy fucking that. Another 10-year time frame between goal outlined and goal accomplished. Are you noticing a trend? What really matters to accelerate a sustainable future is being able to scale up production volume as quickly as possible. That is why Tesla engineering has transitioned to focus heavily on designing the machine that makes the machine, turning the factory itself into a product. And then we get into a pretty nerdy first principles, physics-based analysis of how much room for improvement there is in automotive manufacturing. In addition to consumer vehicles, there are two other types of electric vehicle needed. Heavy-duty trucks, shout out to the Tesla Semi, and high passenger density urban transport. Both are in the early stages of development at Tesla. Here's a slide from Tesla's annual investor shareholder meeting just a few days ago. And now suddenly, that new type of pickup truck, the Cybertruck, holy shit, Tesla Semi unveiled. And look at this. Let's zoom in. You know what that is, right? That's their high-density urban transport vehicle. Likely an 8, 10, or even 12-seater autonomous van. This is going to disrupt buses, trains, and all sorts of other transportation. This, the robotaxi and all variations thereof. He continues, with the advent of autonomy, it will probably make sense to shrink the size of buses and transition the role of bus driver to that of fleet manager. Then onto autonomy again. This was written in 2016. As the technology matures, all Tesla vehicles will have the hardware necessary to be fully self-driving with fail operational capability, meaning that any given system in the car could break and your car will still drive itself safely. It is important to emphasize that refinement and validation of the software will take much longer than putting in place the cameras, radar, sonar, and look at that, they've deleted a lot of those, and computing hardware. Again, skipping ahead a little bit, we expect that worldwide regulatory approval will require something on the order of 6 billion miles of data. Current fleet learning is happening at just over 3 million miles per day. My, how far Tesla has come. Sharing. When true self-driving is approved by regulators, it will mean that you will be able to summon your Tesla from pretty much anywhere. Once it picks you up, you'll be able to sleep, read, or do anything else, or do anyone else, en route to your destination. You will also be able to add your car to the Tesla shared fleet just by tapping a button on the Tesla phone app. And again, we've recently seen the first shots of the Tesla phone app. Imagine that, nearly a decade later. Again, these things take time. And have it generate income for you while you're at work or on vacation, significantly offsetting and at times potentially exceeding the monthly loan or lease cost. This dramatically lowers the true cost of ownership to the point where almost anyone could own a Tesla. And again, refer to Tesla's mission statement. Musk and the team at Tesla are always thinking of ways to accelerate their mission. Increasing miles driven that are electric is one way, and doing that, having autonomous robotaxis, is a way to accelerate that. And if you can allow customers to supplement their cost of owning a vehicle, e.g. have the vehicle go print the money while they're asleep at work, etc., you solve the massive problem on affordability. In cities where demand exceeds the supply of custom-owned cars, Tesla will operate its own fleet, ensuring you can always hail a ride from no matter where you are. So, in short, Masterplan Part 2 is create stunning solar roofs with seamlessly integrated battery storage, expand the electric vehicle product line to address all major segments, develop a self-driving capability that is 10 times safer than manual via massive fleet learning, and enable your car to make money for you when you aren't using it. And again, some of these are still works in progress nearly 10 years later. This shit takes time. But Tesla will do what they said they will do. Remember the first secret master plan? Some of those things took 10 years. Then there was a master plan part 3, specifically focused on global energy needs. This was a gigantic, and I mean absolutely monstrous document. We're not going to run through everything. I did some deep dives on this earlier. Just search the channel for Master Plan Part 3 and you'll see everything in detail. The long story short is, holy shit, we need a fuck ton of energy storage in particular. It's going to be a huge surge in energy demand. Here's our math. Huge challenge, but we're up for it. And now, Master Plan Part 4. What could this possibly entail? Number 1 was the vehicle lineup. How to drive cost of electric vehicles down to force the entire industry to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Number 2 was, well, now we haven't gone bankrupt. Let's talk about the high volume vehicles. Autonomy, solar, home batteries. Let's nail that. Number 3 was, holy shit, we're going to need a lot of energy storage. Damn, dude. Number 4, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Spoiler alert. Some guy who apparently has access to a time machine posted this on X. It seems credible. He said, yo, just got back from my time machine. Spoilers. And in quotation marks, I guess he must have taken notes. Quote, so in short, Masterplan 4 is accelerate humanity's transition to hyperabundance by developing intelligent humanoid robots to expand the global labor market and drive labor costs to near zero. While doing so, solve AGI, artificial general intelligence, try to avoid AI apocalypse, and scale global energy generation, storage, and supply to meet the enormous increased energy needs. Seems legit. No, but seriously though, guaranteed. Actually, I don't know. I'm just guessing here, obviously. Masterplan 4 relates specifically to the Optimus humanoid robot and or AI. Now, there might be some other bits and pieces, but this is the gist of it. Tesla will be a custodian of what ultimately becomes AGI if Musk is able to gain enough voting influence, not control, but influence, around 25% through a new compensation plan, that he feels comfortable developing this. And as Musk has previously speculated, humanoid robots, just the hardware sales alone, not even including the software subscription to make these things do it, don't even go there, could itself add 20, 25 plus, I almost said billion, trillion dollars of value to Tesla's market cap. This could be a $30 trillion company on the back of humanoid robots. That's roughly a 60 times, 60 times increase in the company's valuation from where it is today. And that's not including anything at all to do with existing business lines, vehicles, and who cares, whatever. We're just talking on the back of AI. Now, I suspect that when we see this master plan part 4, the emphasis will heavily be around labor and AI, humanoid robots. And look, there might be a little bit more clarification around autonomy. But I suspect what we're going to see is a 10 plus year timeline, a bunch of goals that Musk aims to steer Tesla toward over the next decade plus, specifically relating to humanoid robots. I just don't think people have really wrapped their head around the implications of these things. And I really mean that. When you hear numbers like a $30 trillion market cap, your brain just goes, yeah, get fucked, mate. No chance. Ignore. Probably unwise. As I'm recording, just got a notification on my phone. Guess who just liked this post from that guy that said, yo, just got back from my time machine. You know who liked that post? Have a guess. Anyone want to guess? Yeah, you know who liked it. Bro, he just read this and he's interacted with it. So this might suggest that maybe, possibly, this speculation, actual transcript from the guy who traveled into the future, may, at least in part, be on the money. Possibly a hint. So what happens from here? Well, Musk's going to write Master Plan Part 4 with a bunch of milestones and goals. Super long term. Again, we've kind of covered what they're about. This compensation issue, Tesla will push back and tell Kathleen McSeebomb to FOAD, and hopefully she will drop it, leave it. Then the board can propose a new compensation plan over the next 10 plus years, directly tied to goals and milestones laid out in Master Plan Part 4. This will also include Musk gaining a higher percentage of voting capacity in Tesla, whether there's multiple classes of shares or not, who cares? Meaning that Musk is going to be heavily incentivized to stick around for the next decade plus and help Tesla pursue a multi-deca trillion dollar opportunity. Don't say I didn't warn you. Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? Hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. There's plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend, seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.